Original Front Hood Compton Crips.
For the dime moves in the lokes, for the 6-4s on spokes, for the OGs that did a dime, came back around on parole.
For the homegirls with the scrap game.
Little homies that gang bang, from Pelican Bay to YA, rearrange your mind frame. Yeah, I know what you've been through. Shit you had to go tend to. Your mama gave birth on the turf. I
was the founder. I created Conan Pocket in my mother's garage.
I had a lot of, lifting weights, and I was on swole. They start calling me Big Miz.
Original Stutter Box, Eastside Fighters, Pablo Bishop, Mill City Gangsta Bloods.
K.M.V, video, you know, this is for sure. K.M.V, video, open your soul.
This is the beginning.
White people signed racially restrictive contracts that prevented them from selling their homes to black buyers. Black residents knew they weren't welcome in downtown businesses or restaurants, and white Compton homeowners even started a campaign called Keep the Negroes North of 130th, said Robert Lee Johnson, the author of Images of America, Compton. Still, black migrants from the South continue moving west to California, disembarking at Union Station and heading to Central Avenue until they began to inch south toward Compton's borders. The school district built Centennial High School at Central Avenue and El Segundo Boulevard as black families neared Compton. School board documents don't confirm the district's intent when it chose the location, but it had the effect of separating black and white students, said Albert Camarillo, a Stanford history professor who has written about his hometown. This school was built to stop us from crossing Rosecrans, said Maple Cornwell, a teacher, debate coach, and assistant principal at Centennial High School during this time.
What was the very fight that established Lasalle as the best fighter or
At Centennial?
Guy? Yes. What was that fight?
I don't know exactly what Paru Boy was. I don't know if it was town, whatever, but Lasalle put tips on dude. Man. I mean,
And he set the precedence for the Crips.
Listen to me, he set the precedent for Front and Corner Pocket. That we was not to be fucked with. Lasalle had a squabble. You feel me? Look,
so they didn't have a counterbalance for that?
Yeah, wasn't nobody over there can fuck with Lasalle. You feel me? Wasn't nobody that can fuck with him. You feel me?
You know this character?
Yeah, this is my comrade.
Imagine
that.
Is that CCO love right there?
You said comrade. What is that?
Oh, shit. That's my
CCO
rap.
love right there?
Yeah, that's Compton Crip love, man.
Oh, okay. I
just
want to be able to distinguish between the two. Go back to Lasalle.
Lasalle ended up whooping on the dude. I was at Willowbrook when this happened. But that was listen to me, we still talks about how Lasalle did that. And Lasalle put it out there, you can say for all the rips, but it was like from Front and Corner Pocket, just the side he represented. You feel me? This society represented. Lasalle had a hands. Lasalle was like 6'2", 6'3". He called himself Lil Lottie. Lil Lasalle had hands. It wasn't just the bully had hands. We had another homie from the pocket that had hands, David Lee Scott. He had a squabble too. Them dudes had, and the homie Bully, them dudes just had a squabble. So Front Hood always been known, Front Corner Pocket always been known with dudes that had a squabble. Compton Crip Pier was known for that.
Do you believe Lasalle was trained professionally?
Yeah, he did. I can take you to the man that taught him how to box. He lived on Lucene, the old man. They was trained how to fight, him and David Lee Scott.
Because everything I heard about him, he was great.
Yeah, the boy had a real squabble. Then one of his best squabbles was, a lot of people don't know this was at Tubman. Him and Trent from Nutty.
Trent Booker.
Trent Booker had a squabble, but he just couldn't fuck with Lasalle. But that was like a George Foreman and the Ali squabble that day.
Explain.
Listen to me, man. It just, shit, they wanted to see who had the chunkles. And Lasalle, Trent had a squabble. That was one of the best squabbles I've seen. You feel me? But I had another
moment.
I had another homie over here that knew how to squabble real good. Lasalle was known for the hands. My homie Tony Hodge had a squabble. Now he ain't at his best. Dudes to look down on him, but Tony Hodge had a squabble. Mac Wash had a squabble. You feel me? All these dudes had squabbles, and they taught us, you know, as long as whatever come out our mouth, we got to defend what come out our mouth. Whatever we do, we got to stand up for what we do. You feel me? But Lasalle, in his era, Lasalle was that guy with that chunker, man.
Since you're talking about eras, when did his era?
Lasalle is like in the same era I am. Like I'm a baby Crip from here. I'm a baby Compton Crip. You feel me? I'm a G, but I'm a baby Compton Crip. Lasalle and them is my big homies though. Even though they're a year or two older than them, my big homies. Him and Bodine, them my big homies.
When did the gunplay start with the Pyros? When did the fighting stop and the shooting begin?
That, you can say about the mid-70s when Cham got killed. You feel me? When Cham got killed.
Were you at that party?
Nah. It was a football game. I'll never forget, man. Centennial used to play at Compton High. That was our home games, and we was all at the football game. Next day, we know motherfuckers started shooting on the Crip side because Tam just got killed. You feel me? And all us dispersed. We had to walk through the tanners to come to the hood and all that. But that's how it was. Like, we used to go over there chasing brawls in the West Side. A lot of my big homies fuck with the girls in the West Side Power. And that played a role in it too. They, you know, we didn't like them fucking our little brawls, so we fucking they brawls. We got they top-notch brawls. You feel me? So, you know, like my big homies, Lasalle and Avery and them, and Junkie Fred and them, they was fucking with them girls over there. And them girls used to take me to lunch every day, man, and try to take me through Paru Hood to try to scare me and shit.
You know, Giacomo had a girl in your neighborhood.
Who?
Patty. Yeah. Patty? Which, I don't remember quite what street she lived on, but Giacomo from the Nellis had a girlfriend in your neighborhood.
What she look like?
Light skin.
Patty Hurst?
Yeah.
Lived on Wilmington, Lynette Tyson. Real skinny. Now live in Arizona. Now she in my era, but we the same age.
So you know about it?
Yeah, that's my own.
Did y'all give him a pass?
Watch this. It's a dude named Rob from Campanella. Some of them dudes that was over there that really wasn't bloods, but was like players, used to fuck with some of my big homies that went to Centennial. Because they was player dudes, like Sam, OG Sam from Jim Village. I never looked at Sam like a Paru because he fucked with my big homies at school. But that's where he was from Jim Village. There wasn't no village town, all that to us, that was West Side. You feel me? So like when I first started gangbanging, man, the only Parus was in Compton, West Side, Ludus Park, Campanella, and Fruittown. It was the only bloods in Compton.
What about the treetops?
Again, them was the only bloods in Compton. They created these other sections to make themselves look big. I ain't taking nothing from them to make themselves look big. How you gonna change a fruit street until make yourself to the treetop? All the streets over there is peach and cherry, so them is fruit towns. But Front Hood had a clear way path to going in Front Hood because we had homies, people was from over there. I used to go over there on Peach Street. You feel me? But it was only like folks, real sections of bloods in Compton. Crips, we outnumbered them dudes 10-1.
Let me roll back to Tam's death.
Yeah.
Was that the game changer in Compton?
In a roundabout way. The game changer in Compton was when we lost Salty.
That's 2 years later.
Later. But that was the game changers for Compton Crips. Nah, Salty got killed first, bruh.
Tim 75, Salty 76.
All right.
Well, the first one was Ray Johnson.
Yeah, right there. But now when we lost Salty for Compton Crips, that was a game changer for us. That was the first Crip we lost. A Crip homeboy, you feel me? That we lost, you feel me? And you know, shit.
So that ushered in the gun battle era.
Not ushered. And then it's like everything changed, man. You know, like I always idolize gangsters, man. I still like gangster movies, so we gonna do what we see gangsters do. Shit, Crips and Bloods didn't create drive-bys. Al Capone them created that. You feel me? They created that driving around. But the gun era just, let me put it the best way I know how without you think I'm being funny. If the white folks wouldn't have gave us these Uzis and all that, it probably wouldn't have never been no drive-by. You feel me? Because it wasn't nothing to go to a motherfucking party. You feel me? All right, right.
Oh, got that Joe Rock head in there with you, man.
Get my number for them. They all got my number. Yeah, give me number and holler at you.
All right.
All right, I got to work with some kids in Newport Beach.
All right.
All right, then.
But yeah, that's how, you feel me? Tam got killed in Salty. That brought a new twist with it. You feel me? But Salty was, that was like the first real Crip loss in Compton. You feel me?
What about Bartender?
Bartender got killed up at Dudo's. You feel me?
Did that turn the city upside down too? No.
As far as on their side, they got, you know, that came with some drama, some major drama. You feel me? Just like that, like you say, when Tam had got killed, you feel me? I was in YA, but believe me, Compton Crips and Bloods, we was fighting in Nellis because of that. You feel me? So you got to look at it. Them dudes, Tam was somebody from there. He was a figure from the West Side.
What was he known for?
Well, shit, I couldn't even tell you, man, because he was older than me. You feel me? All I know, he supposed to been at the round table when like one of the first one of them. You feel me? He was at the round table. That was one of LB childhood friends. You feel me? And them dudes, you know, they stuck together. You feel me? But everybody always shot with a 22 or a 25 or a rifle. You know, the biggest thing when I was coming up was a 12-gauge shotgun. You hear a motherfucker got a shotgun at the party, you gonna leave the party. You didn't have to worry about the color of your rag. You had to worry about a motherfucker stepping on your biscuits. You might get shot or beat up for stepping on somebody's biscuits, man. You feel me? So that's how that went, you know. But we all did a lot of things at that school. Front Corner Pocket and the Corvus and the Monas. We was well established at that school. Like it's a stand over there called Mama Knockers. Now, because that's in their hood, but you know, that was like a neutral ground for everybody because we respected Mama Knockers. We couldn't go over there and gang bang. We knew where we was from. We'd be over there shooting dice. I mean, I'd go to school at 8 o'clock in the morning, be at Mama Knockers at 3 o'clock from 8 to 3. That's when the dice game go in. But it'd be Crips and Bloods shooting dice.
In the 70s?
In the 70s. Oh man, that's when shooting dice was good, man. Compton 11 Crips 7s, man. We was gonna eat. You feel me? We was gonna eat. Everything was cheap. Pack of cigarettes, 35 cents. You feel me? Colossal burger, $3 get you everything you need.
Bam, I want to make a point right here, and I don't know if you agree with me or disagree, but just follow me for a moment. You're 60, right?
Yeah.
I'm 60. You and I are set up both to tell his history or be a part of this history because we were able to be with Raymond and Tookie.
Yeah.
But at the same time, our Crip extended to the 80s when the guys that's older than us, they kind of fell off 2 to 3 years and maybe not went past 75. So they don't know that side of it.
Yeah.
But guys like myself and you,
all right,
we're able to be a part of that and explain it in a way sometimes that that get mischaracterized
right,
or
yeah,
maybe not necessarily follow through on the listeners. And I just want you to touch on that Crippin' as far as what was the dynamic change of it from the 70s to the 80s. Can you do that? I hope I didn't say too much.
No, watch this. I'm gonna try to break this down as much as possible. Crips start going to them penitentiaries. They start coming home with a different personality, a different mentality. that brought a whole new dimension of cripping to the streets. You understand what I'm saying? Basically, you'll find out who your real homeboy is when you go to the penitentiary. You feel me? So I ain't worried about my girl taking care of me. I want my homie to take care of me. Because when he get it, he gonna claim this anyway. So you coming in, you learn, we get to reading books in prison. So we trying to elevate our gangsterism. Like when I first went to prison, before I went to prison, I called myself being a player. I was trying to sell dope. I was selling PCP, right? But when I went to prison, guess what happened? The old gangbang just came right back in me. Now I'm banging all over again. I ain't going to pen saying I'm a player. No, I'm from Front Hood and this is what I'm doing. So by the time I got to the streets, everybody in my generation wasn't with it like that no more. They being players or being square dudes with a job. You feel me? But it's something about what I learned based on how the question you asked me, and I'm hoping to ask them the best way I know how. I can't never get away from being from Front Hood. No matter where I go, that's what I'm known for. I'm from Front Hood, so I wear Front Hood swell. You feel me? I never wore a Front Hood hat, so I was a gangbanger that experienced everything came with gang activity. From shooting the motherfucker to smoking crack and all that. But I never put a Front Hood hat on until I got sober. Because I was worthy enough to wear a Front Hood hat then. I wasn't worthy to wear that Front Hood hat when I was smoking. When I got myself together, that's when I put that hat on it and it escalated. Now, it's a whole new dimension. It's a different level of gangbanging out here now. You don't know who gangbanging. You feel me? So, it's a G perspective. Right before I left the pen, man, I was sitting on the yard in Folsom talking to LB. He said, man, what you tripping on? I said, man, you know how they say when dudes go to pen, it's on the daddy? No, it ain't on just the daddy. It's on every black man to look out for the black youth. Because we the one lost that generation. We can't blame it on one generation while another generation is fucked up. Because if I ain't got no sons, but I got nephews, I'm responsible for my nephew. If you got a child and I know you, I'm responsible for your son if you leave. Because a woman can't raise a boy. That's why these little kids out there wearing bangs and shit now. They think that's a taper, but that's a bang. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be rude, and it's just how I am, right? Like some of my young homies, I want them to know the history of their neighborhood. Because like I was saying when we first came up, if you know where you're from, you know where you're going. And if you know where you're going, you ain't gonna never repeat yourself.
What year did you first hit the penitentiary?
I first went to prison in 1980. Caught my case in 79 and went in 80. Did 5 years.
And so
started at DVI.
So you ran across the CCO in there?
Yeah.
Was you introduced to it?
Yes, I was.
Who introduced you to it?
Tim Cornegate.
Harlem Crip.
Yeah, Big H. We read the Constitution the same day.
And what prison was that?
Tracy.
How was it presented to you, the Constitution?
Well, but don't nobody know before CCO came out, before it was ever CCO, was a thing called Blue Magic. It didn't start on no level 4 yard, started on level 3 yard. I was a Blue Magic. By the time Blue Magic hit a level 4 yard, they wasn't having it.
Who was responsible for Blue Magic?
Big BJ from Harlem. So when it came about, we came with CCO, that's Consolidated Crip Organization. Consolidated Crip Organization, like I tell a lot of my homies, I don't sugarcoat, I don't let nobody dispute that I wasn't up under that. A lot of people believe if you was under something, you ain't from your hood. Can't nobody tell me I ain't from Front Hood. I ain't gonna be from Front Hood till I die. I'm from Front Hood, I was just CCO. Every organization needs structure. And CCO was the best thing happened for Crips in prison. We was well organized. Was the leadership right? To me, yeah. Some dudes that hated on dudes with leadership, didn't like they was doing, nah. If somebody ever sent somebody on a mission on prison, that's because he was a buster. He was a weak individual. The soldiers don't go on missions. Soldiers already know what they got to do. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't never been taught to go on no mission. But I had the right mentors, dudes like Cutes. Dudes like my big homie Sumal, Ascari from the 60s. Them dudes laced me when I went to prison. Lil Squart. Them dudes laced me. They laced me. They put books in my hand. I went in there. Hey, when I was going to El Segundo, I ain't know nothing about Malcolm X. Ain't never read nothing about him. When I went to prison, I learned about these dudes. My hero was George Jackson. I read the Solidarity Brothers men and started hating all white people. You understand what I'm saying? And I learned the perspective that Cripping is my choice. Like I was telling them, Crip is my choice, but I'm a black man. And CCO taught us that. We wasn't just a destructive group. You can go to the shoe yard and we had teaching on the yard. You had political science taught on that shoe yard. You got dudes that Crip dudes and blood dudes that came to prison, couldn't read and write. But when they got up under these organizations and hooked up with people, they learned how to read and write. And this is what all Raymond wanted anyway. I can say that about my big homies. Yeah, I can say that about my big homies that started this. If I would have did school, Bodine would have whooped my ass. Man, get your little ass in school. They didn't want to see us ditching. You understand what I'm saying? We always want better for the next generation. When CCO came, it was just, prison politics is a cold thing, man. It's like the Democrats and Republicans going through it now. It's like that, but it's dangerous. You hear these youngsters say it's politics. No, politics create bloodbaths. Motherfuckers get hurt on politics. Because with politics come propaganda. Propaganda ain't nothing but a lie. You understand what I'm saying? And all the dudes that ran CCO, it's people I had a lot of love for. Because they laced me. A lot of us knew each other coming up through juvenile hall. These dudes laced me like far as Compton Crip go. Every Compton Crip my age damn near in prison, we loved it Heron. Big Heron was our big homie. First time I hit juvenile hall, he was there. First time I hit the county jail, he was there. When I was out on bail for my robberies, man, I'll never forget, I was on 165th. It was Raymond Washington, my homie Pet Bull, Big Mac, and Fatso, rest in peace. Raymond said, man, you scared you finna go to the pen? I'm like, yeah, man, what's up? Because I had shot somebody and I heard he had a big brother in the pen, so I'm thinking this dude might get on me. He said, just go in there and be you. And a Crip dude from Folk Trey, he about 64 years old, named Mark. Then this dude stole some candy, a Mexican candy in the LA County Jail in 2628. This dude tried to bully me out the candy, and I fired on him. He ended up winning the fight, but when Big Hamron came back from court, in some type of way, Raymond ended up in there on some traffic warrants. And he seen I had a black eye. Raymond went big. But they didn't just whoop his ass because I lost the fight. They whooped his ass because he taught me to do the wrong thing in jail. He taught me to steal when I shouldn't have to steal.
Let me ask you this, as you talk about the county jail in the 70s. What was the racial dynamics of the county jail in the 70s?
When I first hit the LA County Jail was in 1978, right? 4800, which is ended up being the Crip margin, was the bridge, the fish road. When you first get booked in, you went through 48 first. Blacks and Mexicans wasn't fighting. Matter of fact, Mexicans used to get mad because we was robbing white boys. So they take you in there. You was gonna get robbed. See, the Mad Max's motherfucker take them. I was never a part of that. Because how can me and him take a pair of shoes? He gonna wear one, I'm gonna wear one? But it was so much money in the county, you can sell candy or shoot dice. But the racial dramatics, we was equally numbered, really. But it wasn't like it is now where the blacks and the Mexicans was beefing. Matter of fact, when I first went to the county, Mexicans used to gamble with us. Mm-hmm. I had a Mexican homeboy live on the first named Mio. He used to get blackjack, hit 21 and said, no, bam, you can keep the deal. I didn't drink out of this tumbler with him because I grew up with him over here, right? So you get that.
So if there's ever a fight between a Mexican and black, it's just between them, or
it wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen. It was enough people that knew about prison life to cease that. To cease that.
So if a black and a Hispanic had a dispute in the LA County Jail in the 1970s, what would happen?
It'll go up. That's based on prison shit. I mean, if I see you fighting another race, I'm supposed to jump in. I'm willing to let you fight my homeboy head up, let you lose, and then I'm gonna jump in. But if I see you fight another race, I'm gonna help you. That's just jail politics. That's a human reaction, an instinct thing. You got to help your brother.
Were they segregating the phones and the toilets back then?
No. Listen to me. We used to gamble with Mexicans. We used to gamble with them in the 70s. And till about 70, I first go to county jail in 78. I say from 78 to about 82, blacks and Mexicans used to gamble together. Politics from prison trickled on down to the county jail. The police played their manipulation. That created a lot of racial tension. You understand what I'm saying? How you gonna fight somebody you growing up with? Half of us grew up with Mexicans. I used to run on Largo Street. I was a brother, but wouldn't nothing happen to me because I knew some of them. But prison politics trinket on down. And then the police created some bullshit where they separated us. I heard somebody say 4800 started like in the mid 80s, like 85, 86. No. When they first tried 4800, I came down from the pen. And this is in 1982. I came down from Tracy. I was back in 28, 26. And the police was walking around asking you where you was from. We didn't know what they was doing that for. And one Saturday, we waiting on them donuts. They just give out donuts on Saturday. We waiting on them. And one Saturday, locked down the county jail. Next thing I know, Crips sitting up in 4800. We think we coming to a black margin. This was all Crips. By the time I went back to the pen, about 6 months later, I get to the pen, I'm hearing about 4800. 4300 was from Bloods. But when I first went to prison, that's the margin I left to go to prison out of. 4300, because that's where they were sending high-power gang members, like Big Ant, Sparks, and Ville. All us was over there. You feel me? And there was one Blood up in that margin with us, had his red rag. Joe Valentine from Bounty Hunters, J-Nut. And he used to clown all his homeboys because the quarter line chow was right by the margin. Them dudes would come in and wouldn't let us know they was Bloods. And Joe be like, y'all scary. You feel me? Because it was hard to even find a Blood in the LA County when they didn't have the gang marshals. Them dudes wasn't freely telling people they was Bloods, man. They didn't freely say, oh yeah, well, no, you get to the pimp. What you doing with that red rag in your pocket, man? Oh man, no, that wasn't what you was doing in the LA County Jail. Whatever flow you went on. When I first went to the county jail, man, the only Crips was beefing was the Hoovers and 9-0s. Shit, the 9-0s, you hear 9-0 might be way on the other side of the county jail. The Hoovers finna go way on the other side to go get them. You feel me? And this is what you heard. So when they came with the gang march, it came with a new twist. The gang march should have been beneficial for Bloods and Crips. But instead we did some disfavors to ourselves, allowing ourselves to be manipulated by OSS. We should have went in there and created unity amongst ourselves. Only time 48 got into the police when they jumped on Heron. 4800.
That was over Heron.
Yeah, they jumped on Big Heron. Beat them up real bad.
What years were you in the penitentiary?
I went to pen in 80. I got out in 86. Came back. Went back in 89. Got out in 2008.
So when you first hit the pen in 80, where'd you land at?
Tracy, DVI.
What was the racial makeup of Tracy?
Now watch this, man. When I first got there, I thought I was on fire. It was more Damus than Crips, and everything was even in balance. I'm looking at these big, thick, corn-fed white boys walking around here, man, got muscles bigger than Tookie. You feel me? These Mexicans. But the cold part about when I first went to prison, half of the Mexicans my age that was from LA I had knew from juvenile hall. I mean, it was walking up to me doing this, saying my last name to me because that's what we remember each other about going through juvenile hall. Now they tipped up, we tipped up, but it's gonna always be a respect. Man's gonna respect men. So we already know it's not personal, it's only business. You understand what I'm saying? My first year in Tracy, I'll never forget, man, I was in the shower. I was in F Wing. Big Heron was in the hole, and I went to the shower. About 4 BGFs came up there and said, where you from? Like, man, I'm a Crip. But it wasn't nothing about 20 Crips on the yard. You know, Big Heron, they told me, don't get up under nothing and keep it Crippin'. I wanted to be like Raymond.
Wait, BGS were pushing up on people, asking them where they was from?
They asked brothers, where you from, bro? I was in the shop, where you from, bro? I'm like, man, I'm from Compton Crip, man, what's up? Now, was I kind of scared? Yeah, I was shaking in my boots. But I intimidated him because they thought they was intimidating me. I didn't show the sign of fear. You understand what I'm saying? Then we started getting stronger in there. For some reason, people never liked the Crips based on what they was hearing through the news media about us. So when the Crips was going to the pen, we creating strongholds for ourselves. The 80s started sending Crips up in there and Bloods up in there. You understand what I'm saying? And it was different. Like one of the founders of BL, I knew him. Damu Rooster from the 40 Pyrus. I knew Rooster. Me and Tyree was cool. I've been knowing Tyree since he was little because I got people over there. So, like he told me, he said, man, ain't nothing gonna happen to you now. Just say you ain't gonna do nothing to me. So I was in Trace when all the Damus got chased off the yard.
By who?
By the Crips.
Look, back to that shower when the BGS pressed up on you and you told them Compton Crip. What was their response?
They respected that. Basically, that was to see if they can intimidate me. You feel me? But all the time, they can't just do nothing to me. Now they finna have bloods tripping on me. But I never had a problem till it was gang problems in prison.
So you saying the BGS were playing the puppet master with the bloods?
Yeah, them is some cold manipulators, man. Them is some manipulators. Not all of them. Now, I can say this, and Rockhead said it best one time. Them real BGFs like the Crips. Because they knew we was gonna be the new freedom fighters up in that motherfucker. We was the ones who was gonna save everything up in there.
So look, you landed in the pen before CCO was formed. So.
Exactly.
So when did you become aware of CCO?
I became aware of CCO in 1983.
And you weren't pulled in by other Compton CCOs?
Well, one of my big homies was a general. One of my big homies was one of the generals of CCO. So naturally I wanted to be a part of what he was a part of.
When you say big homie, you mean another Compton Crip or a Front Hood Crip?
Another Compton Crip. Now when I say big homie, man, I got big homies that ain't from just Front Hood now. That's a title earned, not just given.
The cheese pay no names. Can't stop, won't stop till my best can try. Until the day I'm down, it's still fuck the cops. This is the game. This is how